welcome to Justice. I'm Judge Jeanine Pirro. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. And yes, the rumors are true. We did it again last weekend. Justice was #1 the whole weekend long in viewers, all day Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday, and Sunday night. So thanks for keeping the streak alive. And tonight, the odds are in our favor again. I've got Senate Judiciary Chairman Lindsey Graham, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Corey Lewandowski, former Congressman Darrell Issa, Charlie Kirk, all with me live. But first, my open. This week, we witnessed the difference between a leader and a wannabe, the stark contrast between someone who is a world leader and someone who's hoping his day will come. But being a leader takes vision, fortitude, persistence, and a selflessness, a dug-in determination to a goal that never changes. By way of example, permit me to introduce you to a non-leader. The first United States senator in American history to vote to convict the president of his own party, Mitt Romney, the sole and only Republican to vote to convict President Trump. How dare he? How could he? And why would he? Mitt dared to do what he thought was good for him individually, not for the party, not for us, and certainly not for America. He knew his vote would change nothing regarding impeachment, but he tried to set himself up as a leader, going against everyone else. He took a stand he thought would impress others. It did. Many on the loony left defended him, saying his vote was very patriotic. Yes, he endeared himself to the Trump-hating left, the radicals not interested in the America First agenda, the ones who were all about power, not truth. So why? Mitt says his strong faith is the reason and that God demanded it of me.
My promise before God to apply impartial justice required that I put my personal feelings and political biases aside. Were I to ignore the evidence that has been presented and disregard what I believe my oath and the Constitution demands of me for the sake of a partisan end, it would, I fear, expose my character to history's rebuke.
Look, I'm Catholic. I went to Catholic schools, and I believe in God. Do you ever wonder why people who never mention God or religion only bring it up when they get caught doing something or when they need an excuse for something they did? Kind of like Nancy Pelosi, who so hates Donald Trump that she almost has a conniption when she tries to get us to believe she prays for him every day and does not hate him. Who do these people think they're fooling? What a bunch of phonies. I can't wait to hear what they're going to tell St. Peter when they get there. But let me move on from his religious to his secular reason.
I sought to hear testimony from John Bolton, not only because I believed he could add context to the charges, but also because I hoped that what he might say could raise reasonable doubt.
Mitt, a primer. The transcript of the telephone call, which no one expected the president would release, is the corpus. It is the body of the alleged wrongdoing. Anything before, after, around it is irrelevant and immaterial. What was said in that conversation is what acquits or convicts the president. Curious, you use Bolton as an excuse to convict when you don't even know what he's going to say, and when the prosecutors haven't even made out a prima facie provable case. Mr. Wannabe, did you ask or even wonder why the Democrat House managers didn't subpoena Bolton? When the prosecution doesn't present evidence that you want, and you don't have the slightest idea what that evidence might be or whether it's even relevant, you want to use that nothing burger to convict the president of the United States? Are you stupid too? You take non-evidence that the Democrats refuse to present as the reason to convict the president in an economy that is unparalleled, with a military whose strength is unequaled, with a population where 90% are happy with their lives. You really are stupid. You use the prosecutor's inability to make a case as a reason to vote guilty. Run that one by America again, Mitt. The facts before you make it clear there was no pressure, no demands, no Ukrainian investigation, where the money was actually delivered before required, where our president, under an international treaty, had the right to ask for help, in fact, and an obligation to investigate corruption, especially where United States taxpayers' money goes to foreign countries. And you say, this is the most difficult decision you've ever made? Mitt, you're full of it. And since you're such a scholar, did you ever consider the president's constitutional rights that were stripped from him in the Star Chamber, where he was denied the presumption of innocence? The truth is, Mitt, you simply despise Donald Trump. Your jealousy of this man is a constant rage burning within you because you can never rise to the heights that he has. Because guys like you fold like wusses. And you don't have any selflessness or the ability to think about others as Donald Trump has thought about making America first. And by the way, you're an embarrassment. I should know. I said it 4 years ago. Your namby-pamby reason that you won't support Donald Trump even if he's the party's nominee? You worry what you'll tell your grandchildren when they ask, why, Grandpa, didn't you stop Donald Trump? Well, maybe you ought to worry about when they ask about your loss to Barack Obama. What are you going to tell them? Will you tell them that you choked? Mitt, losers choke. You choked when a CNN reporter pushed back on you, and you folded like every other loser. And you always talk about your grandchildren, what you'll say to them. You just did it again. You ought to think about telling them that you're the reason Barack Obama got 4 more years, with an economy in the tank, a caliphate that was growing, law enforcement and military morale in the garbage. You haven't always been able to hide the real you. In fact, the people who knew you best when you ran, the people of Massachusetts, voted against you. It was one of the worst home state losses in presidential history. And your arrogance, again on full display.
I do believe he should be removed from office.
Really, Mitt? He should be removed from office? He should be removed from office? For what? So you can try to make another move for president? I've got news for you. You got no moves left. At your request, Donald Trump supported you in 2012 and 2018. And like a snake in the grass, you turned on him. I have an idea. You need to be removed from office. How about you get the hell out of the United States Senate? The people in Utah are furious with you. And your dream of endearing yourself to the Trump-hating left is a joke. So, Mitt, pack your bags. Take some time off and ride around with your dog on the roof of your car like you did when you used to vacation with your family. And don't forget, when you lie with dogs, you get fleas. But that'll never be as bad as the stain you have forged upon whatever legacy you think you have. And that's my open. Let me know what you think on Facebook, Twitter, #Judge Jeanine.